I'm Heyzeus, and this video is CSGO's Luckiest Knife Unboxings Episode 4, sponsored by Skinport, the easy-to-use skins marketplace where you can sell your skins for real cash, more about them later, and I'm also taking part in an M4A for the Emperor giveaway with VLoot. Link for that is in the pinned comment below. Now, something people have been asking me about is whether I'm going to show the time Mr Tweeday got 2 knives in 3 cases in this series. You can see footage of it in the background, by the way. And the answer to that question is no. No, I'm not going to show you it. And there are 2 reasons why. Firstly, Mr Tweeday doesn't lie to us in his video title. No, he's a good boy and he says it how it is. Secondly, getting 2 knives in 3 cases isn't actually that lucky. If you really want to show off, you'd better be getting 2 knives in a row instead, and that is what I want to focus on in this video. Now, you might be wondering whether this getting 2 knives in a row business is even possible. I mean, unboxing 1 knife is hard enough as it is. How on earth are you going to get 2 of them in a row? I mean, that must be near impossible, right? Has it even been caught on video before? What are the odds of that even happening? Well, there's actually quite a few videos of it. It's not as rare as you might think. However, not all of these videos are necessarily what they claim to be either. Some creators get a little bit confused with their numbers when it comes to unboxing 2 knives in a row. I mean, take for example, Faze Agony, who released a video called Unboxing 2 Knives in a Row, Insane Reaction. Now, would it shock you if I said that a member of Faze, an organisation of frat boys who use fraud to advertise a gambling site that they had an undisclosed ownership stake into minors, all the while lying about said ownership stake and bullying people who reported on it, might be dishonest in their video titles? Yeah, it might say 2 knives in a row, but it doesn't quite live up to the hype. Firstly, Agony unboxes a gut knife Damascus steel, which even he admits
it's pretty ugly.
The skin he unboxes after this is a P250 Valance, not a knife, before then proceeding to unbox the world's crappiest falchion knife, Crimson Web. Now, I don't know if you're counting, but that wasn't 2 knives in a row. There was an extra case in there, although, to be nice to Faze Agony, kindergarten was a long time ago, and the poor guy is probably struggling to remember what he was taught there. I mean, it looks like he has enough trouble operating his water bottle as it is. But look, I don't want you getting the impression that I only pick on larger creators. No, I pick on smaller creators too. So, for example, we've got this video here called Crazy CSGO Unboxing 2 Knives in a Row. Now, the video was made by a guy called Duff Green, and again, it looks like he might have had some trouble in maths class. So he lands his first knife, a flip knife rust coat, then he lands a Julie's Urban Shock, then he gets a sawed off origami, and then finally he lands himself a flip knife Doppler. Now, I don't want to demean this guy's Doppler, it's a very cool knife, but that's 2 knives in 4 cases, not 2 knives in a row. And Duff Green ran into a bit of a problem here because, unlike Faze Agony, he doesn't have a bunch of 12-year-old fans who also struggle with the difference between 2, 3 and 4 and will pretend he didn't just lie to them in the title of his video. I mean, let's just have a look at some of the comments. 2 in a row means you get a knife in the first case and you got more knife in a second case. Clickbait. 2 in a row is 2 cases with 2 knives. Even a 12-year-old is smarter. That feeling when you don't know what 2 in a row means. Now, Duff Green felt that he just couldn't let that final comment stand. It was a bridge too far, shots had been fired, and he wasn't going to let this Anthony just get away with such an appalling comment. So he delivered a real smackdown. Quote, "This was nearly a year ago, bro, let it go." That's right, Anthony, let it go. Actually, I'm not sure if I really agree with Duff Green's rebuttal here. I mean, he straight up lied in the title, and his response shows that not only does he know that, he's unapologetic about it. And can you imagine releasing a video that claims to have knife unboxings in the title and then not delivering on that promise? I mean, that's just appalling, right?
Hey Heyzeus, didn't you release a CSGO's Luckiest Knife Unboxings video that didn't have any knife unboxings in it?
Any questions?
女士们、先生们，大家好。
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, but there are some videos out there which actually deliver the goods, like this video, 2 Knives in a Row by Junior. Now, this is a very old video from 2014 and it's only got 3,000 views, but it does what the title says. So, firstly, he lands himself a vanilla bayonet.
Oh, jag får kniv! Kolla min stream! Bayonet.
Not a terrible knife by any means, and when he goes to open up the next case...
Oh my god, jag får kniv!
he lands himself a flip knife, which might not be as good as that bayonet, but it is still 2 knives in a row. Now, Trainwreckstv has also had an experience with this sort of thing.
I need to get a knife sometime in the... There it is! 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 There it is!
Is that a Shia LaBeouf just do it impersonation? It's pretty similar, isn't it? But whatever. He snagged a pretty good knife, an N9 bayonet marble fade. That is an absolute score. And you know what you need once you've gotten yourself a really nice knife? You need some gloves. So Trainwreck's decided he was going to have a crack at those for his next case.
If I get a glove tonight, dude, it's gonna just really, it's gonna piss a lot of people off, boys. Hey, let's get a glove, baby. Let's get a glove. Let's get some gloves. No way!
Yes way, actually, that this may be the only case I've ever seen of someone getting a knife and then getting gloves immediately after that. And they're even a pretty good combination together as well. And to look at a final example, we've got this video here. 2 knives in a row by Tyler Brillo. Now, you'll notice again that this is another video with only a couple of thousand views. It seems like a bit of a trend. I've noticed that these types of videos have been overshadowed by a lot of the stream compilation videos, but Tyler delivers. Firstly, he opens up a Falchion knife Crimson Web, and after he recovers from a brief episode of shock, he opens up another case, which also happens to be a Falchion knife Crimson Web. The only criticism I've got to say about this kid is that he really should have been unboxing breakout cases instead. Now, given 2 knives in a row is probably starting to seem a bit boring at this point, I think it's time I upped my game, because there is even a video of a guy who got 3 knives in a row out there, and it's by this guy called Da Bear Shark, who, by the way, is not to be confused with Da Bears. So, firstly, while Da Bear Shark is in a lobby of his friends waiting for the game, he decides to open a case and ends up pulling out a flip knife Boreal Forest. Not amazing, but I wouldn't be complaining either. And once he's in game, he decides to crack open a couple more cases during warm-up. Firstly, he lands himself a Karambit Boreal Forest, and then after another little break, he comes back for one more and manages to open up a Gut Knife Scorched. Now, sadly, his luck kind of does run out at this point. His next case after this is a pair of Julie's Mariner, but 3 knives in a row is still one hell of a streak. In fact, it's the only time I know of someone recording themselves pulling it off. But coming back to this business of getting 2 knives in a row, as you've probably picked up on in this video, it's not as rare as you'd think. Basically, your odds of pulling it off are 1 in 147,556, which might sound high, but consider this. Last time I calculated how many CSGO cases have been opened in the history of the game, I came up with around 250 million cases. Now, these days, I guess it's more like 300 million, thank you China, but if we've opened up 300 million cases, well, that means people have gotten 2 knives in a row 2,034 times. No surprises, there's a bunch of videos of it. Now, getting 3 knives in a row is definitely harder. Your odds of pulling that off are 1 in 57 million, so that means it's probably only happened 5 times. So look, we're pretty lucky that this footage exists, but 2 knives in a row? Well, that is not quite as remarkable. So coming back to Mr Tweeday, look bud, I'm afraid what you did just isn't that special. I simply don't think the attention is just... Wait. Is that a second StatTrak Karambit Slaughter? Oh my god, that's a second StatTrak Karambit Slaughter. That's 2 of them in 3 cases. Holy crap. Hold on. I've got to figure out the odds on this. Okay, so the odds of getting 2 of the same type of StatTrak Karambit knife in 3 cases is 1 in 319,488,000. I think Mr Tweeday just broke the game. What? Indeed. Anyway, that is pretty much it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please like, comment, subscribe, massively appreciated. And a big thank you to Skinport for sponsoring this channel. Skinport, formerly known as SkinBay, it's the same site. All that's changed is the name, is a skins marketplace and cash out site. It's safe, convenient, easy to use. It's got a super competitive sales fee of 5% if you put skinport.com in your username, a really, really low fee if you're looking to sell your skins. If you're looking to buy instead, it's got a ton of great deals with over 100,000 CSGO skins listed, as well as easy to use deposit and withdrawal options. Awesome site, check it out, link is in the description. Anyway, that's it from me. As always, trust the numbers, not your guts. I'm Heyzeus, thanks for watching, see ya.